Get up, get up, get up, get up. Get up, get up, get up. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 27 of TPP Frontline. I am your host, Christopher Billings, and ladies and gentlemen, we are 9 days away. 9 days away from the final event for the power plant for 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, TPP Endgames is going to be live on Twitch on October 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern, but make sure to tune in a little bit early to catch the pre-show. We can get your live predictions going on, and almost every single match has been announced. You know, the recent relinquishment of the Adrenaline Championship from our Adrenaline Champion was very upsetting, but of course, Frontline brought to you tonight by MCW. Make sure to check them out at MCW Promotions on YouTube, as well as RCW. Make sure to check them out on YouTube at HRC Networks. And then, of course, one of our very good friends of ours over at Power Wrestling. Make sure to check them out on YouTube at Admin Animal. But as I was saying, Orion James last week, he relinquished the Adrenaline Championship due to an injury. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a surreal situation, and I was updated that Orion James will be undergoing surgery on his thigh bone. Unfortunately, we thought it was a minuscule crack in the bone, but it ended up being a very large crack in his bone, so he needs to have surgery to get that fixed. So hopefully all goes well and we'll see Orion James in the ring very soon. But I can't think of a better way to kick it off tonight than some tag team action. We get to see Anthony Guerrero Jr.'s new partner, Killjoy, that Anthony Guerrero Jr. picked personally. He personally picked this person as his partner instead of relinquishing the tag team titles. So we get to see the Chocolate Drops taking on Anthony Guerrero Jr. and Killjoy. And the Chocolate Drops, you can't question these two. They have a different name for sure, but these are brothers. We've got Big Brother and Little Brother, and we've got Big Guy and a Little Guy. So this should be an interesting match. If you got to imagine though, if Demetrius Wallace gets in this match, that it's going to change the shape of this matchup. We're just going to see domination because neither Anthony Guerrero Jr. nor Killjoy are nearly as big as Demetrius Wallace. And as you see, Demetrius Wallace, or Killjoy, rocking the similar attire to Anthony Guerrero Jr.'s, but Jr. rocking a green and gray color tonight, while Killjoy blue and white. And for Killjoy, this has got to be pretty crazy. He was just launched into main event, or not main event, but main roster status, and we don't know too much about Killjoy. I do know from the talk I had with Junior that they're friends. They've been friends most of their lives. They were all friends, even with Jamie Hall. So they're friends. They've known each other for a long time. So we're going to find out tonight what Killjoy can do, and we're going to start it off tonight with Anthony Guerrero Jr. and Damian Wallace. Two of the smaller guys on the team. And here we go, standing tie-up. And Junior got the better of the situation, he went for a big knee, but Damian Wallace caught the knee there. And a quick kick right to the leg from Damian Wallace, and now Damian Wallace I was just going to say he's getting in the driver's seat, but Junior switches control again, and now Junior, big raised knee lift. And you got to believe that both Damian and Demetrius want to get a big win tonight, as they want to try to... and a quick low bridge from Killjoy there. But as I was saying, you got to believe the Chocolate Drops want to pick up an impressive victory tonight because they want to get a tag team title opportunity. They know that they will not get one at Endgames, but they know that they could possibly get one at the beginning of the year, and that's what they're shooting for. Beautiful standing drop kick there from Anthony Guerrero Jr. into the cover here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count, as somehow, some way, Damian Wallace able to quickly get his shoulders up off the mat, and Junior again just using the knees as his weapon here. And a third knee right to the top of the skull there. Big standing drop kick from Damian Wallace. And now Damian Wallace starting to gain some control. Quick kick right to the back of the head. And now, Junior quick forearm from the apron. Junior spring jumps in. Quick Hurricane Rana, keeping Damian Wallace in the neutral corner here. Going for the cover one. Only a 1 count though, as Damian Wallace able to get his shoulders up. And now what is Junior going to do? And now Killjoy tagging himself in here. Wait a second. Junior asks for Killjoy's head. What is it? Oh, God, a headbutt. He just used Killjoy's head as a battering ram. That was intense, ladies and gentlemen. And now Killjoy, a handspring and then a standing backflip splash. And Killjoy is looking pretty impressive thus far in this matchup. And now Damian Wallace getting back on the offensive. Quick snap suplex. But again, Damian Wallace bringing him to a neutral corner for himself, not for Damian Wallace. And Damian Wallace runs in. Big running drop kick there. And Damian Wallace trying to get something going here against this young newcomer, Killjoy. And Damian Wallace has got to do something. Damian Wallace, quick scoop slam. Going off the ropes, runs in. Lunging elbow drop there on the ground, on the mat. And as you see, Damian Wallace slowly, methodically trying to get something going. He's trying to work on Killjoy, maybe trying to catch him off guard here. And Damian Wallace, as you see, like I said, he's taken a new attitude over the past few weeks. And now you're seeing Killjoy just striking with the fist, knocking down Damian Wallace. And Killjoy, again, that handspring moonsault. And now Killjoy stomping away on the leg. And at this point, I'd have to say Damian Wallace needs to get himself tagged out. He needs to tag in. He needs to tag in Demetrius. I see Demetrius pacing as Junior just from the top rope, big flying clothesline there into the cover. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. Somehow, someway, Damian still able to kick out, and Junior is just having his way. Like both Anthony Guerrero Jr. and Killjoy are having their way with Damian Wallace. And now Damian Wallace counters, quick drop toe hold. And Damian Wallace, big sleeper slam there. And don't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chocolate Drops pick up a win here. But wait a second. This might be a big moment changer. Wait a second. Demetrius going to the top rope. Damian Wallace is going to try to throw the big man from the top rope right on top of Junior. Such impact. Junior had to get right back to his feet. And look at the size of Demetrius compared to every other competitor in this matchup. Demetrius is such a big man. And that rope break may have saved Junior there. And now, big spine buster from Demetrius. And now Demetrius with a single leg Boston Crab, wrenching on it, but Junior quickly rolls out of it, able to get himself back into a position. Junior springboard dropkick. Junior's got to utilize his speed here. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. And like I said, Junior's got to utilize his speed. Junior running drop kick. If Junior can utilize this tool, he will be okay. He's got to keep on the aggressive with the very fast maneuvers. Standing drop kick from Junior. Junior going off the ropes. He runs in, but oh no, he just got caught in a big flapjack from Demetrius Wallace. And that will definitely set the pace and stop any momentum that you had. And now Demetrius again with the flapjack. And Demetrius, he goes 312 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. As you see Killjoy in the corner calling for the tag. He's trying to get Junior back in this to get that tag to let him be the freshman in there. What they have to do is they have to try to take out the legs of the big man here. And I don't know how wise it is for Junior to try a standing tie-up with Demetrius Wallace, as Demetrius Wallace is, you know, about 100 pounds bigger than Junior. And that big frying pan chop on the ropes, that will definitely leave a mark. Junior's chest will be red come tomorrow. And now Damian getting tagged back in by Demetrius. And as you see, a basic drop hold followed up by the elbow drop. And now Damian going for the cover. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. As somehow, some way, Junior able to kick out. And this is a great way to start the night, right into tag team action. And another overhead belly to belly from Damian Wallace. And now it looks like Damian Wallace might be, I was going to say, I was thinking Damian Wallace was going to set up something big. And no, wait a second. Junior counters, knocked Wallace right onto the apron, and now Junior on the outside trips up Wallace face first on the ring apron there. And as you see, Demetrius standing right behind Junior. I don't think Junior realized that he's there yet. Killjoy kind of keeping his distance, but Demetrius now whipping Junior in onto the apron there, allowing Damian Wallace to capitalize and get into a little bit of momentum. And so we're seeing Damian Wallace and Junior in the ring right now. Beautiful standing drop kick from Damian Wallace. And now Junior quick Hurricane Rana. Junior springboards, and this is what I was talking about with the speed factor. Junior's a very quick individual. And Junior, again, going for the Hurricane Rana, sends Damian Wallace towards a neutral corner here. And one thing you can never do, you can never confuse Junior for his father. Junior is very agile when it comes to doing things. And now a float over neck breaker and then a spinal tap from Junior. Like I was saying, though, Junior's nothing like his father. Into the cover for Killjoy. 1, 2, and a 2 count as somehow, some way, Wallace was able to kick out. Junior going from the top rope, but he missed. He did not get enough hang time on it to get far enough. And now Demetrius is in this matchup. And Junior, after he got back to his feet, got right out of the ring. He didn't want any of Demetrius there. Demetrius is a big boy. Into the cover here by Killjoy, 2, and only a 2 count. And now Killjoy, quick snap suplex to Damian Wallace. And Killjoy, and like I said, we don't know much about Killjoy. We don't know the extent of his wrestling background. Well, hopefully we find out soon, and based on what we're seeing thus far, it's not too bad. It's kind of impressive. So I'm very happy to say that. Now Damian Wallace starting to get on the offense here. Wallace with a big leaping drop kick from a vertical stance. But no, Killjoy able to counter here. Runs in, jumps up on him, and the punches followed up by that Hurricane Rana in the corner. And I guess it's fitting that Killjoy and Anthony Guerrero Jr. are tag team partners right now. And as you see, I mean, Killjoy just doing a number right now. Damian Wallace has been getting hammered this entire matchup. He gets in the ring, and he just doesn't have the momentum going in. Oh, quick double super kick there. That may be all she wrote. Junior into the cover here. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though, is somehow, some way, Damian Wallace able to get his shoulders up. And I think Damian realizes that if they don't win this matchup, you know, then there's a possibility they may not get any more title matches. And they want to get at least one title match. And Junior now hanging suplex on Damian Wallace, who is very close in size to Junior. They're very close in weight. And now Junior Hurricane Rana sends Wallace into the ropes. Junior bouncing off the far rope, jumps on him with the leg lariat, using the ropes as extra, as a weapon. And now Junior standing drop kick there. Wait a second, Junior arm wrench followed up by a big DDT. Hooks the far leg here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count, as somehow Damien's still able to get himself out of that situation. And that is what is so impressive. He got himself out of the situation. A big running drop kick from Junior, as Damien Wallace just allowed Junior too much time to get back to his feet and collect his thoughts. And now Junior sends Wallace into the ropes, jumps up, leaping drop kick again. And Junior has a very beautiful drop kick that he does. And now Junior just trying to strike with Damien Wallace, and Damien Wallace now with the side headlock on Junior, followed up by the flurry of kicks right to the back of the thigh, right to the back of the knee. And now Damien Wallace starting to get in an advantage position, and that hip toss neck breaker. And as you see, Demetrius chomping at the bit. He wants to get in here, but Damien Wallace is not taking in his brother. And I think he needs to. Wallace with that leg drop across the throat. 1, 2, and only a 2 count is somehow Anthony Guerrero Jr. able to kick out, able to get his shoulders up. And Wallace there with a beautiful, beautiful, very impressive counter. And now we're seeing Wallace just going right for the head of Junior. He's going right for his head. And now Damien Wallace tags in Demetrius, and so now Junior's fighting the big man here. And Demetrius looks like he's just going to have his way with Junior a little bit. Another big flapjack, and at this point, if Damien can keep this going, then this matchup will end very sadly for Anthony Guerrero Jr. and Killjoy, because Demetrius is a big guy. He's a very big guy. And the big chop block right to the back of the knee, followed up by the leg drop. And wait a second, off the ropes, he calls this that dancing leg drop right across the throat. And that's 312 pounds dropping right on top of you. 1, 2, but Killjoy gets in and breaks the pinfall up. And then Killjoy DDTs Damien Wallace, as Demetrius and Junior are starting to go at it, but Junior's trying to use something that he can do to get Demetrius down with. And Junior attempted to do something, but he could not pick up Demetrius. And now Demetrius, a clubbing blow right to the back of the head. And Demetrius now sending Junior back into the corner, tagging Damien Wallace in, and now Demetrius is going to help to throw his younger brother right into Junior. And Junior jumped up like a crotch rocket, just jumped up and started attacking. Now Junior trying to go into overdrive here. That big uppercut in the corner. You got to believe that Killjoy wants to get into this matchup. And sure enough, that is what Junior's going to do. He's going to tag in Killjoy. And wait a second, Killjoy with an arm breaker. He's poached on the top rope. Wait a second, Junior's looking for it. While Damien Wallace is down. The frog splash from the top rope. Great tag team chemistry there. And Junior going right after. Wait a second. Killjoy with that Shiranu. And Junior somehow getting Demetrius Wallace out of the ring into the cover here. 1, 2, 3, and that is all she wrote. Anthony Guerrero Jr. Killjoy using a little bit of confusion as a way to win the matchup. And that's a great way to do it when you get the big man confused, not knowing what's going on. Demetrius may have thought that Junior was still the legal man. For a second there, I thought that Junior was still the legal man. And that's what it's all about. That is how you do the hokey pokey, ladies and gentlemen. And as I was saying, though, before that match, TPP Endgame's 9 days away. And Dyer said himself that people's careers may end. And that's big. Because up next, we have a very special but impromptu 4-man over-the-top rope battle royal. Full of Adrenaline Division superstars. This young man, Kanji, is looking for a big opportunity. He wants to He wants to get a title match, and I don't blame him. With Orion James getting injured and then relinquishing the championship, there is no current matchup set in stone yet for TPP Endgame for the Adrenaline Championship. So we need to have that match happen. We need to have something happen at Endgame. So one of these four men, or I guess I should say two of these four men, will be included in that matchup. And you got to believe James Anderson is being touted as one of the more likely to get this opportunity. He's fresh on the roster. He's a brand new superstar to the power plant. My only concern is, can James Anderson handle the pressure? Can he weather the storm of, defending a championship and just going out there doing everything you can possibly do to make sure you win? I mean, he already shows that he doesn't support the fans, as he says he doesn't care what the fans think. He's got a very large chip on his shoulder. However, for James Anderson, at TPP Endgames, that could all change when he becomes, if he were to become the Adrenaline Champion. So there's a good possibility that could change, and then of course we have Chains in this Battle Royal as well. And Chains would be one of my picks, I guess, for this Battle Royal, but I would have to say Travis Porter is my #1 pick to win this Battle Royal. Travis Porter is the cornerstone, the staple of the Adrenaline division. He has been here in the Adrenaline division through and through, and I have a feel. I mean, he's had some rough ins and outs, but Travis Porter already has a title match at Endgames. His tag team partner Atlas and him are fighting Anthony Guerrero Jr. and Killjoy for the tag team titles at Endgames. So this makes you wonder, for Junior's sake, or for Travis Porter's sake, is it wiser for him to lose this match or win and potentially become the #1 contender for the Adrenaline Championship as well, and have to compete twice in one night? And as you see, I mean, with Travis Porter, he enjoys being here. The fans enjoy him. He's one of those all-around good guys, and that's something that's it doesn't happen very often in the wrestling world. Somebody that's just a likable guy in general. Usually they're touted with a hidden ego or something of that nature. And here we go, 4-man Battle Royal Adrenaline division. And we're going to see out of these four, and who could potentially become the #1 contender, or what could potentially set up the matchup. And Kanji going for the elimination on Chains very early here. And now Anderson trying to eliminate Porter. But Porter able to throw that quick elbow. And this is very fast. This is going to be very fast. These are 4 young, hungry superstars, ladies and gentlemen. And now Travis Porter with a flurry of kicks in the corner. As you see, Chains was trying to eliminate Kanji. Kanji barely hung on there. He barely hung on. And now off the ropes, and then, right into that hip toss neck breaker from James Anderson to Travis Porter. And as you see, I mean, these 4 guys have kind of paired off here. And now Anderson going to the top rope. Anderson, wait a second. Travis Porter with the big suicide type Asai moonsault. He clipped the top of Anderson's head. And now Anderson trying to battle out, but Anderson was with that kick to the chest, leaps off front drop kick. And now Chains going to work on Kanji, and this is what I'm talking about. I mean, this is going to be very quick pace. These are 4 very quick superstars. 4 very, very quick superstars. And so it's going to take, I won't be able to call every single thing that happens in this matchup, but I will do my best to call them. And as you see, James Anderson doing his swagger walk as Kanji now going for the elimination on Chains. But wait a second, Travis Porter might be going for an elimination, and Travis Porter is going for an elimination. But Chains exploded out of the corner there with that running cross body. And that kick right to the face from James Anderson. And now Anderson into a side headlock and now bridging himself up. Chains got caught in that quick arm drag and then another quick arm drag. And now beautiful Russian leg sweep, and then Travis Porter with that back wheel kick. And as you see, Kanji just dancing, showing the fans enjoyment here. Travis Porter, quick Hurricane Rana to James Anderson. And now we're seeing a different part of this matchup. We're seeing Travis Porter on the offensive here, and we're seeing Chains on the offensive, which was the other way around at the beginning of this matchup. And Travis Porter just trying to get something going, and front face neck whip there. Oh, and whoa, Travis Porter almost eliminated James Anderson there by doing a very low bridge on the ropes, a very, very low bridge. And a quick arm drag there from Anderson. And now Chains whipping Kanji to the corner. Chains going for the elimination. Oh, big standing drop kick from Anderson. But wait a second, Chains almost has Kanji eliminated here. Kanji trying to hang on for dear life, but Kanji, quick elbow. And Kanji, a kick right to the thigh. Right to that thigh, ladies and gentlemen. And now Anderson trying to eliminate Porter. What can Porter do in this situation here? Porter is trying to fight back, and Porter almost got eliminated. Somehow, some way, Anderson was able to was unable to eliminate Travis Porter. And right now, that was very close. Travis Porter almost got eliminated. And now we're seeing Chains go for the elimination on Kanji, and a big hanging backdrop there from Travis Porter to James Anderson. And this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This very back and forth. There's a lot going on. And Kanji now receives a big back chop from Chains. And Anderson getting on the offensive with Travis Porter. And again, we just saw Kanji take a spill over the top rope, but hanging on for dear life as Chains is now trying to kick him out of the ring. If he can knock him down onto the floor mat outside, then Kanji will be eliminated. And as you see, Anderson with a big right hand there. Somehow Kanji able to hang on. He was able to hold on a little bit longer. And now Kanji, big spinning wheel kick there. Big running drop kick in the corner from Anderson. Kanji going to the top rope. Kanji leaps off with a big attempted body senton, but Chains able to roll out of the way. And Kanji almost went over the top rope, but somehow, some way hung on. Right into that elbow from Chains, and now Chains is going for something here. Chains with a big atomic drop over the top rope, and Kanji has been eliminated. And now it's down to Chains, Travis Porter, and James Anderson. And Anderson is, for Anderson, he wants to win this. He doesn't want to lose, because if he loses, then he'll lose any of the momentum he's been gaining. And as you saw there, Porter coming in cleaning house. And now Chains and Porter are going to work together. They want to get rid of this new guy. And it looks like our camera is glitching there for a second. And Anderson able to fight off both Chains and Porter. And now Travis Porter going to work, and with a big close. Oh, that was very close, ladies and gentlemen. Anderson somehow, some way, able to hang on to the rope after that clothesline. I thought for sure that was going to be it. And now, spinning wheel kick there. And as you saw, Anderson, big forearm just sent Travis Porter right to the corner. Big rolling elbow. And now Anderson attempted to springboard, but no, Travis Porter caught him in midair, and luckily Anderson was able to land on his feet. Otherwise, that could have been pretty bad. And now Porter's running in, attempted the enziguri in the corner, did not connect. And that low bridge from Anderson. And now now Anderson, he's in an uphill struggle here. He's got two guys that don't exactly like him. And but it looks like Travis Porter's going to work with Anderson to get that double DDT to Chains. And Anderson with the forearm right to the small of the back. And it looked like Travis Porter was going for a big springboard but missed. And a big suplex counter from Chains. And now we're seeing Chains start to get some momentum back in his favor. And now we have Travis Porter getting on the offensive. Travis Porter sends Chains to the corner. Runs in big enziguri there. And now James Anderson with that knee and then the backbreaker. And what can Anderson do right here? Anderson, a flurry of strikes here, sending Travis Porter onto the ropes. But now Chains starting to try to get something going in his favor. And Anderson, by the skin of his teeth here, hanging on. And Chains with a quick kick right to the ribs. But wait a second, Anderson. That modified rotating suplex. And now we're seeing Travis Porter 3 kicks simultaneously in the corner there. And wait a second, Chains going right after Travis Porter. Big cross body there. And now Chains is looking to eliminate Porter. And wait a second, Anderson back to his feet. He's coming up very quietly from behind here. And wait a second, Anderson, a double elimination. Anderson has just won this 4-man battle royal. In a very unique way, to say the least. He just eliminated both Travis Porter and Chains at the same time. He came up behind both of them and just eliminated both of them. And as you saw there, Travis Porter showing frustration. He can't believe he got eliminated like that. And I don't really blame him. I would be surprised too if I got eliminated like that. So congratulations to James Anderson. He's been on a roll lately, and oh wow. This is not in my notes, ladies and gentlemen, to have James Mackay conduct the ring. And James Mackay is not in wrestling gear, ladies and gentlemen. So, and I know you can't see this on your screen, but Anderson just left the ring. I think when you see somebody like James Anderson coming, you got to realize he may not be the biggest dog in the fight, and as you see, he's walking with a purpose tonight. There's really no wasted motion tonight on James Mackay. He's got a purpose for why he's coming out here tonight, and that's a pretty big deal. And Anderson, Mackay is motioning for a microphone here.
Right, cut my music, cut it all. First of all, Anderson, congratulations on the win. That was a hard-fought battle, and you deserve to be able to celebrate it. You keep on getting better between the ropes and you'll be at the top of the industry before you know it. Now on to the real reason I'm out here, and I know heading out to the ring without notice is generally considered a bad move, but the fact is I am sick to the back teeth of Side and the rest of TCO running around here like they own the damn place. And yes, I am more than well aware that Die Hard does own the place. He is the CEO of the power plant, but I cannot for the life of me work out what his problem is. If I sucked as much as he would have you believe, why was I signed to a TPP contract in the first place? If I suck, Die Hard, then why have I yet to lose a single match here in the power plant? I walk into this ring, I wrestle a damn good match, and I make people tap out. That's the way I operate. You walk into this ring, Die Hard, and all you do is sing the praises of those goons, those so-called chosen ones, who couldn't get the job done at Network Collision, not a single one of them. And speaking of one of your hand-picked cronies, Side, the guy who jumped me again last week, if you're watching this right now, and I know you're somewhere in the back, I said it wasn't over between us, and you can be damn sure that it's not going to be over until I say it's over. I want another match, Side. A match at Endgames, and a match at Endgames that will be exactly that between us. And like it or not, one of us is not going to be walking out of Endgames under their own steam. And let me tell you, Side, it sure as hell ain't going to be me. TPP's final event of 2013, James Mackay versus Side in a last man standing match. I await your answer.
Well, that is a huge request from James Mackay. He wants, like James Mackay knew that he was going to get his hands on Scythe one more time, but he wants it in a last man standing match, ladies and gentlemen. And that, for me, that's going to be, I mean, if you never saw them compete against each other at Network Collision, you don't know what you missed, ladies and gentlemen. And as you see security now ushering James Mackay away from ringside as Scythe is making his way to the ring. There's a lot of hostility right now in the locker room towards this man, and with good reason. And James Mackay is right. Every member of TCO has been getting tooted and touted by Die Hard as being the best that there is and the best that there ever will be. But they seem to be coming up short when it comes to the big time events. And James Mackay made a very good, relevant point previously as well when he said that if he was so bad, why was he offered a contract? James Mackay is one of my personal favorites here in the power plant. I'm so glad that my name was put on that dotted line where it says in the witness of, and it says Christopher D. Billings. I love the fact that I was able to sign that young man, give him an opportunity, and regardless of what Die Hard thinks, I know what Melinda thinks of James Mackay. And James Mackay he's got such a bright future, such a prominent future, and all he has to do is just get over this hurdle called Scythe. As soon as he does this kid's career could just explode and launch. But for Scythe tonight, he's got quite the challenge. He's taking on the internet champion, Jimmy B. Martinez, and you got to believe JBM looking for a little bit of TCO retribution here. JBM has been tied up with TCO since the relaunch, since June. He's been stuck dealing with TCO members since June. He's went through Brick Wall, he's went through Bryson. It's been nothing but non-stop for Jimmy B. Martinez. So he's gotta get himself through this TCO hump. And like I was saying earlier, TPP Endgame's 9 days away. We have 9 more days, and we'll get to see everything hopefully come to fruition. Hopefully after Endgames, Die Hard realizes that TCO just is not what it was 2 years ago. You may have different people now, and they may be smart and fast and strong, and I'm not taking anything away from Scythe or anything away from Bryson or anything away from James Braden or anything away from Die Hard. But TCO just is not what it used to be, and Die Hard, I think he needs to stop living in the past. He needs to realize that. And here we go, Scythe versus Jimmy B. Martinez. Scythe, very timid here. Usually we see a very aggressive Scythe, but you got to believe Scythe is trying to look out the corner of his eyes, making sure that James Mackay isn't just going to come run back into the ring and drop him on his head. Because James Mackay is not happy. He's not happy right now with Scythe. And right now, Jimmy B. Martinez getting on the offense, switches positions into the side headlock. And a big standing drop kick right to the back there. And now a standing tie-up, and Scythe was showing his anger there. Scythe getting the better of the situation. Scythe, basic hanging suplex. An attempted slap, but Jimmy B. Martinez was ready for it, ladies and gentlemen. And now Scythe starting to come unglued a little bit. And Scythe with a dirty eye rake. Nothing fancy, just a basic eye rake. And now Scythe starting to set up those strikes, get the strikes going. But Jimmy B. Martinez, quick uppercut there, sending Scythe into the ropes. And now Jimmy B. Martinez, a boxing shuffle up against the ropes. And what is it that, and now, wait a second, Jimmy B. Martinez rotating suplex into the cover here. Only a very late 1 count there. As you gotta believe, Terry Gates was getting ready to go down for the 2nd count. And a seated neck breaker into the cover here by Jimmy B. Martinez. 1, 2, and a 2 count as Scythe barely got his shoulders up, but Scythe he dropped his head and hit a big spine buster there on Jimmy B. Martinez. And now Scythe starting to go to work on the legs, trying to take out the legs of Jimmy B. Martinez because Scythe knows that Jimmy B. Martinez is very quick when he's on his feet. And now we're seeing Scythe. We've seen this numerous times, the flurry of kicks to the ribs and the back. And that drives the wind out of you. It drives all the air out of your lungs. And as you saw, Scythe Irish whipped Jimmy B. Martinez very hard into that corner, now sending him into the far turnbuckle. A quick roll up here into the cover one. Only a 1 count as somehow Jimmy B. Martinez able to get his shoulders up before the referee got to the 2. And now Scythe, big seated neck breaker. And this is shades of Die Hard in his TCO regimen of training. We see a flurry of knees across the side of the skull, not direct skull impact, side skull impact, to help stop the blood flow to your brain. And Scythe, big running elbow drop on Jimmy B. Martinez. And now we're seeing the Scythe that we know. But no, just like that, Jimmy B. Martinez able to turn around in that quick backbreaker. And that backbreaker, not as creepy as the other one, but that one definitely looks like it hurts. And Jimmy B. Martinez trying to pick up the pace, springboards with a Hurricane Rana there. And now Jimmy B. Martinez, a flurry of elbow strikes right to the trapezoidus muscle, a standing shooting star press off the ropes, and he gets caught right in that spine buster from Scythe into the cover here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count as somehow, someway, Jimmy B. Martinez able to kick out, and Scythe 2 slaps to the face, now switching position and a big uppercut. And now look at just Scythe just lining it up, and Scythe, you got to believe Scythe was looking for something big, but Jimmy B. Martinez got to his feet slower than normal. And now Scythe with the seated arm breaker, and then a kick right to the back of the head into the cover here, forced cover. 1, 2, and only a 2 count as Jimmy B. Martinez able to kick out. And now Jimmy B. Martinez, quick crucifix out of nowhere. 1, 2, only a 1.5. That was a 1.5 on Scythe there. Now it's a drop toe hold. Jimmy B. Martinez showing that he can kick people in the ribs as well. And Jimmy B. Martinez using those elbows, his upper body, because a lot of people always question Jimmy B. Martinez's actual weight. He's 217 pounds, but he's a power lifter. So he looks much bigger than what he is. He can lift and squat large amounts of weight, but he's got a lot of upper body muscle. And now Scythe using those ropes as a weapon, like we've seen so many times. Just a dirty competitor is what Scythe is. And Scythe, just a nose clip there, right, grabbing right onto the nose. Scythe going off the ropes, but wait a second, Jimmy B. Martinez catches with the rotating neck breaker. JBM to the top rope, big shooting star, hooks the legs here. This may be it. 1, 2, and only a 2 count as Jimmy B. Martinez unable to keep Scythe down. I thought it would have been over after that shooting star press, but it was not the case. And now Scythe switches positions. And Scythe runs in, big running clothesline. And Scythe with 1 knee to the top of the head. And then a second. And like I was saying earlier, those knees, they can knock you out. You know, that's all of Scythe's body weight crashing down on you. And now Scythe heading to the corner here. Referee admonishing him. We have JBM down in the corner, and Scythe leaps off. Big missile drop kick from coast to coast, from ring post to ring post. Scythe into the cover here. 1, 2, almost a 3 count, but somehow, someway, Jimmy B. Martinez able to kick out and keep himself alive in this matchup. And now JBM opening up with the flurry of strikes in the corner. Wait a second, what is Jimmy B. Martinez going to do? Jimmy B. Martinez runs in. Oh, and a senton. A front flipping senton in the corner. Hooks the far leg here. 1, 2, and only a 2 count as JBM again unable to hold Scythe down. And Scythe now back in an advantage position here. Quick Northern Lights. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. And this is a very a competitive match. And Scythe with that inverted backbreaker that just makes my bones chill, ladies and gentlemen. I get chills up and down my spine when I see that backbreaker. And now Scythe, with a quick low blow. And now the referee can begin his count as Scythe is now brawling with Jimmy B. Martinez on the outside. The referee up to a 2 count thus far. And now Scythe, with that Impaler DDT. We're up to a 3, and Scythe may try to win this by count out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're up to a 4. And no, Jimmy B. Martinez got back to his feet, and Scythe went to the top rope, and he was perched up, and he did not see Jimmy B. Martinez coming into the ring the way he did. And now Jimmy B. Martinez quick superplex. Hooks the far leg into the cover. 1, 2, almost a 3 count. That was so close, ladies and gentlemen. So close. And Jimmy B. Martinez, quick drop toe hold. Jimmy B. Martinez trying to pick up the pace here. Trying to keep Scythe grounded. Trying to keep Scythe so he doesn't know what's going on. And Scythe with a big drop kick right to the upper body and the back. And a big running clothesline there from Scythe as Jimmy B. Martinez was taunting Scythe. And now Scythe with an elbow right across the chin. Scythe calling JBM to his feet. You don't see Scythe fly very often. Scythe flies from the top rope with the flying clothesline. Again, going for the cover. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, almost a 3 count. That was very close to being a 3 for Scythe. Very close to this matchup ending. And Scythe trying to battle with JBM here. JBM caught the foot and then a big right hand. And now JBM answers with a backbreaker. And what is JBM going to do in this situation? JBM, again, using those elbows as a weapon. And now JBM again going to work, using his elbows. And I think at this point he's just trying to knock out Scythe. I think that's what he's trying to do here. And Scythe catches JBM with a very quick power slam. A very impressive catch there on the power slam. Able to derail some momentum from Jimmy B. Martinez right now. And Scythe sends JBM to the corner the hard way. Scythe runs in, Luthez press here, followed by the mounted punches. And Scythe now stomping away on Jimmy B. Martinez. Shades of what TCO normally does. But Jimmy B. Martinez answering with some strikes here. Went for a big right hand, but Scythe was able to slap him right in the face. But no, wait a second. Jimmy B. Martinez getting back on the offensive. Oh, and a big right hand did not knock Scythe down, but it did knock him into the turnbuckle. And a big flying cross body there. And then the attempted float over senton, but the counter by Scythe. You don't see that very often. 1, 2. Like I was going to say, you don't see that move countered very often, but Scythe saw it coming. And Jimmy B. Martinez with a side effect type maneuver. And a very stiff kick right to the forehead, right to the face, into the cover. 1, 2, and only a 2 count as Jimmy B. Martinez unable to keep Scythe down. And now, wait a second, Jimmy B. Martinez has Scythe on the apron and knocks him to the outside. And wait a second, that was Bryson, but Jimmy B. Martinez able to spear him. And now Jimmy B. Martinez throwing Bryson to the outside. And the referee is still counting here as Bryson tried to help out as Bryson tried to help out Scythe. to help him win the matchup. The referee is still counting as Scythe has not came back to the ring. And Jimmy B. Martinez is telling them both to get in the ring. The referee did not see the interference from Bryson, calling for the bell as Jimmy B. Martinez will win this matchup by countout. By countout, Jimmy B. Martinez has just beat Scythe, ladies and gentlemen. And it was a momentary thing. It was so quick, I couldn't even call it as it was happening. But Bryson tried to interfere and spear Jimmy B. Martinez, but JBM saw it coming and speared Bryson, which Bryson will be facing Jimmy B. Martinez at TPP Endgames. And that's going to be one heck of a good matchup as well. And up next, we're supposed to be hearing from our TPP champion, Craig Hazard, who, you know, he hasn't had much to say for this past month, but he's had every obstacle put in his way. And so it is time for the TPP champion, Craig Hazard, to do what he's got to do, ladies and gentlemen. And whether you want to believe it or not, Craig Hazard, the most deserving champion, in my opinion, he overcame every single obstacle that has been placed in front of him. He doesn't complain that Dyard has put him in these awkward matches against men that are 100 pounds bigger than him, or even larger. He doesn't do it. He just goes out there, he competes for the TPP universe. And for Craig Hazard, Endgames could be his crowning moment, to just finally put the final nail in the coffin for James Braden. Just finish off James Braden, put him away. And as you see, Craig Hazard holding that title with pride, with great pride for this sport. And now Craig Hazard looks like he's motioning for a microphone. So hopefully he can shed some light on what maybe we can expect at TPP Endgames against James Braden. What we can expect. I know we're almost out of time for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So I know he doesn't have much time, but he's got a little bit of time. And oh, wait a second, that's Bryson. Bryson just came back out, tried to get involved, but look at this. Craig Hazard sidestepping him, and Bryson is 0 for 2 tonight, unable to capitalize with the attack from behind. And so I'm guessing now that we're not going to hear anything from Craig Hazard, as he spoke volumes there, throwing Bryson to the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time for tonight. I am Christopher Billings. I will see you guys next week on episode 28.